Welcome, everybody, to Drunk with Buds, a show about trying new beers with some friends and having discussions you would normally have at a bar. As always, we get our beer information from the Untappd app. That's
Untappd.
You can now follow the show on there at Drunk with Buds.
Today we have beers from Weathered Souls, Urban Artifact, Bearded Iris, and WeldWerks. Hunter isn't here today, and we have Jakey sitting in for him. Also, we'll be talking to Mega. They are the organization that puts on the Michiana Festival of Beers. Now let's get started.
I'm Frank the Tank, and I'm here with Drunk with Buds.
Hell yeah. Welcome, everybody, to Drunk with Buds. We had a hiccup. I'm redoing this again. I don't know why. But Bruce looked at me and said, do it again. So here we are on location. Beer number one. Bruce, what do we got?
Livin La Vida Lager. Weathered Souls Brewing Company. It's a lager American, 5.2 ABV with 0 IBUs. Weathered Souls is a microbrewery at San Antonio, Texas. We've had 315 check-ins for an average score of 3.59. The style guide says glacier hops, sea salt, blue agave nectar, and some key lime juice. It should be light, crispy, salty, citrusy, and clean. What's everyone's first thoughts?
It is clean.
I like it. I got there's a little bit of the salt there that I can taste, but it does still have that lager to it.
I get the lime at the end.
The citrus, you got some citrus in it for sure.
And
very good.
We say this a lot on the show, but this is definitely, I'm not going out in the club with this. I'm drinking this while I'm mowing. This is a lawn mower beer.
Lawnmower beer.
What do you think, Frank? What do you got?
I get pretty much all the same notes that you guys get. And, the mouthfeel is really crisp, really clean, and I do get the lime, and it's. I mean, no offense to Corona, but damn, that's good.
All right, let's go ahead and hop into our first segment. Pop culture with me, Two Tones. Lucifer season finale. I've never gotten to that show.
It's a really good show. It's a DC comic show, first off, and they follow it loosely, but it's still very good. It's the final season, not the final season finale. So there's going to be like 6 or 7, 8 episodes or whatever, closing out the thing. This is the 3rd time it's been saved. Like the fans keep saving this show.
So it's not good.
No, it's really good.
The fans want it.
It was on Fox, and Fox likes to cut everything. And Netflix saved it, and they were like, "We'll give you 2 seasons." And then they saw that their ratings, like their downloads of the thing, was like, "Okay, we'll give you another half season to finish it off." And then that one went even bigger. They're like, "Okay, here's one more. Now we're gonna do it. We want to keep making money, so go ahead."
So the studio doesn't like the show, and they want to cut it, but the fans love it. So they're like, "Okay, I guess we'll put another one out."
Yeah, so it's very good. It's what happens if Lucifer comes, up from hell and decides to be around people. And the final season covers the fact that now he's replacing his dad, which he calls dad all the time. And he really hates saying things like, oh, he goes when everyone says, oh my God, he goes, oh my dad. It's a funny little joke and things like that. It's a spectacular show. If you haven't seen it, it's worth the watch, catching up to. It's very good. It's got a lot of good actors and actresses, and you're like, oh, I know that person from here, and I know. And God is played by Pedro Serrano from Major League. He's the All-State guy.
Dennis Haysbert.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's Dennis Haysbert.
It is.
Also,
Dennis, yeah.
He's also in. He was also in 24 for.
For a long time too. He was the president, I believe, right?
Yep.
In the unit, he was on the unit for.
He's a good actor.
A number of years, yeah.
But like when you're thinking about God, yeah, of course it's the Allstate guy, right? Like it's the insurance.
He's got the voice. Come
The
on.
voice
What do you
is
expect?
awesome. Yeah, the voice is awesome.
I mean, it's like Samuel L. Jackson. I'm like, you can recognize a guy just by his voice.
No Time to Die, the final trailer drops.
So want to see this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm
a huge
It's been pushed
Bond
back
fan.
a few times, right?
For 2 years almost.
Yeah.
Yep. But now this time it was technically pushed forward because on the show we announced,
It was
in the middle, that it was going to be late November, and now they finally got the approval board, like the version that they're going to get for China, and they're like, okay, October 8th, we're ready to go. Let's just get this out
Right.
there.
We have it. It's ready. Let's just.
Well, I think they might be afraid of the Delta variant, and they won't get their theater money, so they're
okay.
pushing it forward, before
Just get it done
possible
now.
shutdowns. Yeah.
Tom Cruise is doing the same thing with Maverick.
That got actually pushed back. And Maverick is now next summer.
Next summer.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to happen like late this year.
I think they're pushing forward his other movie. I think Mission Impossible is going to come faster now.
Oh, so that's almost already in the can already.
Yeah. So No Time to Die looks great. I think it's got little different elements from some of the past movies. I know he's retired in this. And there's another 007, which a lot of people got up into arms, like, well, he's 007. Well, like, the number goes to somebody else when you retire. I mean, come on. So, like, 2 007s are going to be in this movie at the same time.
Do we know who the other one is?
Yes, I don't know the name of the actress, but it's the African American. She's not American. She's actually British, but she's one of the. She was in the Wakanda. She was one of the Dorja Malaji.
Yeah. The head lady.
No, I think it's the one that does things with Bucky.
Oh, is that his sister?
Nope, that's Shuri. The one that did you watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Right? The one that teaches him to drop in the wilderness to leave the control behind.
Oh, okay.
The one that she follows him, like, I'm going to take this Zemo guy, and he's like, no, you can't. He has a history with
That
her.
hasn't helped me at all.
I see
who it is.
LaShasha Lynch.
There you go.
I think the character's name is Noni. So I'm not quite sure if that's the person you're talking about.
Maybe.
So
Unless that's because Money Penny is also
Okay.
African American.
African.
Frank's doing the research for us here.
Dude.
Yeah.
He's fact check guy.
Right.
I refer to IMDb a lot, so that's kind of like my platform as far as trying to find
Information, yeah.
information
Me
on
too.
certain movies and getting things on trailers and stuff like that. Esteem me because I have that remembrance skill.
Yeah.
They call me the human IMDb at times, but I'm trying not to say that too loud. I don't want people coming for trivia, asking me for questions like, Frank, can I do this? Can I do that? But
Well, let's test it out. Our next topic is Kate on Netflix has just dropped. Do you know who's starring in that movie?
no, I do not. Unfortunately, I'm one of the unfortunate few that have Netflix at this time, so I don't get that quality of entertainment.
I know Jakey here has seen the movie.
I saw it. It was fantastic.
It stars Woody Harrelson, and the titular is Mary Louise Winstead. And she plays an assassin in Tokyo who, after her last kill, kind of wanted to leave the life and she was going to be out, and she gets poisoned.
Isn't that the same chick in Birds of Prey?
Yes, she played the Huntress.
Yep.
And she's from one of my favorite movies, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah. I'm kind of.
That one's kinda cool.
I've only seen that once, but I totally forgot about that one.
She plays Ramona in that. She's
It's like a comic book fight.
and
movie.
video game movie,
Video game.
and I mean it's got all these little inside jokes. If you haven't seen it, Jakey, you
I gotta
you
check
need to
it
go
out.
look at it. It's spectacular.
All right. Cool.
But so she's in it. She's got 24 hours to live, and she goes on a rampage to kill the person who poisoned her. And I don't want to give away. There's different twists and turns. I will say that some of the turns are pretty predictable, but it's executed quite well, so you don't really mind it. Like you're like, I'm checking into this movie because it's an assassin movie and it's a revenge movie. So if you liked Crank 2, things along those same premises where like, oh no, I gotta get revenge because I'm getting killed. It's right
It's
there.
the classic double cross, triple cross. I mean,
Right. You know what it is when you're going into
yeah,
it.
you know, but it's very
Just
well
enjoy
done.
the action.
It's very good.
So it's on Netflix. It's streaming right now.
Check it out.
Check it out.
And then Disney Plus, they did their What If show, I guess.
Loving
It was-
this series.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not
They
gonna
did
lie.
Oh,
they
it's so
did the
good.
zombie episode.
The zombie episode just dropped last week, which by the time this airs, and
Looks like I gotta watch that one tonight.
so we got a little bit of spoilers here, I guess, if we're going to talk about it. But we can maybe just talk about the ones that we've seen. Has everyone seen the first three?
Yes.
I have not, but you can talk about it.
Okay,
Yep,
so the first
seen
one is if Sharon Carter, not Sharon, the other Carter, Peggy Carter becomes Captain America, which kind of followed. I mean, there wasn't a lot of different twists, but it was a good first episode. Like it led you like, okay, here's a little bit of a variant. Then the second one is if Star-Lord wasn't picked up,
It was.
it was T'Challa instead, and he becomes a Star-Lord, and he stopped Thanos by just saying, "Hey, we can just pass around like resources and stuff. You don't have to kill half the universe." And so he becomes a Ravager too. Thanos like follows him.
Oh, okay.
And the Collector becomes like the big bad of the universe and things like that. And he's killed Captain America and other things like in his collection. There's all these things. The Rock guy from Ragnarok, his arm is there, so he got killed. Korg.
Baby arms.
The third episode was a Doctor Strange episode. It's what happens if he decided if Christine, his girlfriend, went in the car with him instead of not going in the car with him to the thing, and she dies, and he keeps trying to repeat time so she doesn't die, and he can't, so he tries to research what he can do to break that point in time, and he starts ingesting evil entities, and he becomes so evil, and he's able to break time, and it ends his universe. But he becomes so powerful that he can actually talk to the Watcher and knows about the Watcher who's telling these stories.
Nice.
So with the zombie one, I won't spoil anything because the trailer for each episode, it just starts off right when Hulk gets sent by, from the ship and crashes into the sanctum. That's where this starts off. He goes there, Thanos is coming. And then everything else is crazy. A lot of the reviews and people who are watching it love this episode so much that they kind of wish this was the series itself, like that it deserved 3, 4, 5 episodes because it seemed a little rush and there was a lot to unpack that like you could get from it. So
So they really love the zombie aspect to everything, and
especially because
that was behind it.
it's a beloved comic book storyline. They did a whole summer of Marvel zombies, and people loved it. That they brought it back 2 summers later. People love the Marvel zombies because the characters, the superpower characters, still have use of their powers. Like they're zombies, but they're not dumb. They're still smart.
Okay. That'd be interesting. And now this one, I'm surprised you haven't watched this yet. I thought you have. Bruce has just started watching Yellowstone on Peacock. I don't know if anybody else has seen.
Isn't that with Kevin Costner in it?
Yeah. So
It's so good.
A neo-western. It's spectacular. I didn't know I needed new cowboy TV shows in my life, but
It's so good.
it's spectacular. Like I'm like, Kevin Costner, a cowboy again? I'm like, well, I did like that last movie he did. I can't think of it right now, but where he was like a free ranger, open range, which was spectacular. And I'm like, okay, but this is like today's times in the middle of Montana. There's drama with like the Indian reservation, politics all over,
the family dynamic.
Whatever he can do. It's like if has anyone seen the TV show? It's on Showtime or HBO, where the dad is dying and he wants to secession, like which one of his kids is going to take over. So you mix that with Billions and then you put it in Montana. Because there's whatever you need to do to protect your range. I don't care if they're like, hey, this field hand is, he knows a little bit too much about what we do around here and we fired him. You want to take him to the bus station or you want to take him to the train station? And they're like, yeah, let's take him to the train station. You do what's best for the range. And so they're taking him. He's like, wait, why are we stopping? Hey, why are you throwing my saddle over this cliff? It's because you fucking suck or whatever like that. And he goes, but aren't you going to take me to the train station? It is a train station.
This is a train station.
This is the long black train station, and he puts a gun to his head and shoots him right, and he falls over the cliff. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. It's a train station.
It's a train station, all right.
No, if you guys haven't watched it and you have access to Peacock, I really highly recommend it.
I do bring it up because it is current pop culture because season 4 is dropping in November. So there's going to be a trailer to come soon.
I'll check it out.
It's already out now.
Well, there you go. A trailer that's already out. Go see it soon.
Well, because I saw some of it from a little bit on ET or something like that, where they were dropping stuff. So
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a hidden gem. I don't know a lot of people that know about it, but it's.
Well, it keeps moving around. Like, right, it was hard to watch. Like, it just now ended up on Peacock, but it was on other stations and things like that.
The Last Duel trailer starring Matt Damon and Adam Driver.
If you're a fan of swords and knights in the 1300s, this is right up your alley. But there's two key things about this trailer and this movie. One, it's told it's the same story told 3 times from 3 different perspectives. You get to see each side and then an onlooker side, all within the same movie. So that's something different. You don't get to see that too often in the movies.
There was a one that I can think of that had that sort of same aspect. It was like a Vantage Point with Dennis Quaid, where you get to see like
the assassination of the president in Spain or something like that. Yeah. And then the next key thing about this is the first time that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have wrote the script together again. So we're going all the way back to the Oscar they won for writing.
Rounders?
No.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
So there's a third writer on there too, but they wrote the script together. And now Matt Damon is starring in this movie. Ben Affleck is not. Adam Driver's in it. The trailer's on YouTube. It's out there to watch. It's shot beautifully well. It's very like 1300s. Like they're not pulling any punches. Like when that sword hits you, it's clanking off the armor. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna stylize and like I'm cutting stuff. It's like actual medieval war where like you're gonna get them with blunt edges and things like that. You're not. It's not whatever the movies have made. Night fights. To be
Adam
like.
Driver, dude. That's a local product.
That's right, from Mishawaka.
Yeah, Mishawaka High School, right?
Yep.
And then we have one last thing to talk about. It's a horror film on HBO Max. I have not seen it.
I have.
Is it good?
It's spectacular.
You watch the trailer or the movie?
I've seen both the trailer and the movie. I saw the movie last night, which has been a week ago and plus one day. It's the thing that gets me on this, why this movie worked so well as a good horror flick, is that from beginning to end, there's this off-puttingness to the whole thing. Like, it just doesn't sit right in your watching it. Each scene, there's just something off. It puts you on edge from beginning to end. Not that you think a jump scare is going to happen or like, this creepy thing is going to happen. It just makes you go like hair, like something's wrong. I don't know what, I can't put my finger on it, but something's wrong. And they put that dread into your viewing the whole way through. And so like you really attach yourself to the protagonists in the film because
So not a whole lot of blood and gore, right?
There's a little bit, but not. It's not. It's more like mental and things like that. Like it's a good, well-rounded, beginning to end horror film.
I'll check it out. I saw the trailer. It looked pretty good.
You know what else is pretty good?
Oh yeah, what's that?
This beer.
All right, well, give me your thoughts on
But
it.
yeah, what are your guys' final thoughts on this? I like it. It got better the more I drank it, I guess. Maybe it wasn't as cold, so it warmed up a little bit. I agree with Bruce, though. Like, this is a good outside, chilling outside, drinking on a patio, or after he said, he got done mowing the yard, maybe he can drink this. But
Ditto.
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5.
That's a solid number.
We rate via quarters here on Drunk for Buds. I'm doing the Untappd version, so you have 0 to 5.
Okay.
Frank, tell me about your beer thoughts on this, and then give us a nice little rating.
I'm going to kind of piggyback on
Tony.
Cody and say, I got the same type of feel as soon as I let it warm up a little bit. And but as far as my rating goes, I'll give it I'll give it a solid 3. I'll go a little lower because I just feel like there should be just a little bit of more something. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, but I feel like it just needs a little bit more something.
I'm giving it a 4. It's exactly what I need in a lager. It's crisp, it's clean, it's easy to drink. I could drink a bunch of these in a row. As it warmed up, it got better. I was thinking like 3.75, and as it warmed up a little bit, I still would like it cold, but I think I wouldn't call it lukewarm, but just a little bit under like really cold. We had these on ice, so like they were really cold. It made the agave come out a little bit more. I got that little bit of prickliness that you get from agave. A lot of tequila, was made from agave, and I appreciated the whole thing more. Yeah. So 4.0. Because I'm classy.
As a home brewer, I would say if you during like a second fermentation, put in some agave into that and just let it sit in a little bit. Maybe give it a little bit more pronounced flavor too.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I give it a 4. This is one that would go, if you had a summer party, right, and you had a cooler of beer, this would go over well. A lot of people would drink it. People would come back for more. It's good summer beer.
Yeah, I agree. Good beer overall. We're going to take a short little break, and we'll be back with beer number 2.
All right, guys. Check out the Tavour app on your Apple or Android device and try new beers across 47 different states. Build your own custom box of the craft beers you'll love, or enroll in subscription, and they'll automatically snag the highest rated beers that suit your taste. No minimums or commitments. Get your handpicked beer delivered right to your doorstep for a flat fee. Yep, any amount of beer. Or ship for free with a subscription. And for being a first-time user, you can use our promo code DRUNKWITHBUDS to get $10 off your first order of $25 or more. Bruce the Beer Bandit uses Tavour to get our beers for the show, so you know it's legit. That's promo code DRUNKWITHBUDS, all one word, for $10 off your first order of $25 or more.
Livin, be the lager.
All right, that was called Outside by Ixa on YouTube. No copyright music. Welcome back, everybody. We have another guest. Dan is now sitting in with us. What's up, Dan?
Good. How you doing?
How are you?
Doing awesome.
All right, so we got Dan and Frank with us now. Jakey over here has beer number 2. What do you got?
We've got a local beer that we picked up from
Citywide
Liquor here in South Bend. We have MEGAfauna from Urban Artifact. It's a fruit beer, 10.1 ABV, 0 IBUs, 1,000 check-ins at 3.95. The style guide says this rare Midwest fruit tart is brewed with 3,000 pounds of single variety Totapuri mango, which are widely grown and cultivated throughout southern India as part of Sri Lanka. I guess it's a part of Sri Lanka. Okay. It is highlighted as mango, tart, thick, fruity, and sour.
What's everyone's first thoughts?
I definitely taste the mango in it.
You got thick, right? That's for sure.
yeah, kicks me in the mouth for sure. That's a
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good one.
It wakes you up a little bit. It's like, hello.
Perfect breakfast brunch beer.
breakfast.
Brunch beer, baby. Yeah.
The mango aroma is like it's just a whole lot of tropical flowers.
Awesome. This is
Oh, yeah. It smells great. The aromatics are great. I love a good mango. It's not tough for me to say this, but Urban Artifact has never struck out, and I've had some interesting beers from them. But for me, pickle beer was delicious.
No.
Delicious.
Pickle beer is not good.
Christmas pickle was disgusting.
It was awesome, and because it's not pickles, guys. I hate pickles. I really hate pickles, but I love the pickle beer because it's cucumber and dill. It's just cucumber and dill.
Pickle. It's
Okay,
pickle juice.
but the Bloody Mary beer was fantastic as well. They made a Bloody Mary beer, and you put some hot sauce in it, like you're supposed to. It was fantastic. We had that on the show. You can go ahead and listen to our back catalog, and Urban Artifact is one of our
They usually do pretty well, though.
faves.
To get back to this one, this just tastes like a brunch, kind of like a mimosa
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's got like the carbonation and that like fruit, almost like a juice.
Right,
Like a
it's like,
mango
yeah.
juice to it. That's wild.
For sure.
All right, Bruce. You get it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Bruce. Trivia. Bruce.
Bruce.
Trivia. Welcome to Bruce Trivia. We have 4 contestants today. Everyone's got their buzzers in front of them. At least I hope they have buzzers in front of them. Ooh, oh, they work, okay. I decided to do a beer trivia today. So it's going to be straight questions. You ring in if you think you know the answer. Is everyone ready?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Fun.
All right, number 1. What is the most sold beer in the United States? Dan.
Bud Light.
That is correct for 1 point. Dan takes the lead.
I was going to say Budweiser.
Yeah, no, Bud Light.
I was wrong, obviously.
You were definitely wrong.
It's all that advertising you see, right? Big one.
Number 2. According to an old 1516 German purity law, beer can only contain 3 ingredients. What are the 3 ingredients according to this law?
You know it. Come on.
Yes, Patrick, who's coming in from the crowd.
Barley, water, and hops.
Barley, water, and hops. Let's take a look at the answer. That is correct for a point. So it's Dan 1, Patrick 1. Everyone else is nil. Number 3. Which country in the world drinks the most beer per capita? Oh, Jake.
The UK.
Oh, hold on. I got a special thing for you. Is that okay? Would you like the special thing? That's wrong. Anyone else can ring in? Yes, Dan.
Germany.
I'll say Russia.
Per capita.
Person in the country.
Ireland.
Ireland? Patrick, you're the last person. No repeat answers here.
I just don't know.
Just give me a random guess, then maybe you'll hit it.
France.
Czechoslovakia loves their beer. All right, hands on your buzzers. This is going to be interesting if Patrick's going to like shoulder Frank the Tank out of the way because this one's going to be a fast buzzer. What's IPA stand for? Patrick.
India Pale Ale.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That is incorrect. It's not India Pale Ale. Dan.
Indian Pale Ale.
That is correct. The actual title is Indian Pale Ale.
I thought it was India.
Americans said we didn't want to say that, so we call it India Pale Ale, but the actual beer style is Indian.
I was a guess.
So wrong.
Dan. Guess what? You got 2 points there.
Oh, right. All right. Cool. Why?
Because you got one right, and you got another one. So you're leading 2 to 1 to 0, 0, 0, 0.
He's like, wait, why'd I get
Yeah. All right. Our home brewer is probably having the advantage here, so hands on your buzzers. In the United States, a barrel contains how many gallons of beer? Yes, Patrick.
It is 30 and a half.
I'll round up to 31 like they did. That is correct. It says it was 30 and a half, but they rounded up to 31. So 2 to 2 is 1 to 0, 0. Come on, guys. Drunken Buds. Come on. This is beer, man. Come on.
We're beer enthusiasts, not experts. All right?
That's right. That's right. That's
stand a
right.
chance.
All right. And stop looking over my shoulder there, Jakey. Number 6. A Trappist beer must be brewed on the grounds of what religious building to be considered a Trappist beer? Oh, Frank the Tank.
A monastery.
That is correct for a point.
I'm on the board.
Damn, we're not.
Number 9. I did get rid of some questions that were like stupid, so I went from 6 to 9 there. So, I can't talk. The mango is hitting my cheeks. Reassuringly expensive is the tagline for what beer? Reassuringly expensive is the advertising tagline for what beer?
We get multiple choice.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but I can give you a clue of this dead air keeps going. Like someone at this table loves this beer.
Michelob Ultra. Damn.
Jakey?
Stella Artois.
That is correct. And the person who loves Stella?
Jakey?
Nope. So that's interesting that they just went like, yeah, it's expensive. In which German city is the world's biggest beer festival? Yes, Dan.
Munich.
No, I'm just joking.
Good choice.
Oktoberfest is celebrated there. It's the biggest Oktoberfest and also the biggest celebration of any beer in the world. Number 13, out of Bud Light, Amstel Light, Miller Light, and Half Light, Miller High Life Light, which is the lowest alcohol content?
What was the answer?
Out of Bud Light, Amstel Light, Miller Light, and Miller High Life Light, which one has the lowest? Yes?
Miller.
That was my guess.
Yes, Patrick?
I'll go Amstel Light.
That is correct, Patrick. That is correct.
Man, Patrick's a ringer. Who brought this guy?
It only has 3.5 ABV. It's the lowest. All right, Patrick's taking a small lead, but Dan's right there. Two tones.
Don't look at me.
Come on.
Right?
Like you're in a drought. What is the name of the beer commonly consumed in The Simpsons? Oh, Frank the Tank was there.
Duff.
That is correct. You were very close, Jakey, but he beat you.
I knew that one.
I knew that one too.
Duff Man.
I just wasn't fast enough.
Duff Man beer.
All right, you're catching up to your friends. It seems like the Festival of Beer guys. Mega is mega on point right now.
Whatever.
What's the most
Sorry, fellas.
What's the most popular drinking game in America?
Beer pong.
That is correct.
How did they measure that?
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you
All I know is the mega guys are 3-3-3. Jake won.
It was a survey of all sororities across the
Right.
United States.
Don't get me wrong. I love myself some beer pong, but like, how do you count that?
All right,
Who knows?
I'll give you an extra point to you, Frank the Tank, if you can answer this beer pong question. When I grew up in college, it was not called beer pong. It's very regional. It was called something else. Now, this is very specific to where I went to school, IU Bloomington. What did they call it?
Oh, I didn't go to IU, so I'm going to lose out on this point. Sorry.
Okay, you just want to guess what it could possibly be? Patrick, you want to help him out? Just I'll let you phone a friend.
Beirut.
That is correct.
Half credit. Can we separate?
No, it's because they were bombing. Like it's literally horrible. The reason you're bombing the other side.
Battleship.
Give them half a credit.
All right, 3.5. Patrick's in the lead. To the closest gallon, how much beer does the average adult, 21 years or plus, in the United States drink per year? I'll give you a multiple choice. Is it 10, 17, 28, or 45 gallons?
17. I'm just trying to get on the board. Damn.
10.
It's the big number.
45.
There's only one left.
28.
That is correct.
By default.
4.5, 3-3. It takes 2 to beat him now because you wanted to give him a half point. Just remember that, Frank Tank.
Hey, I got to give credit where credit's due.
There's
Come
2 questions left. What's the most sold beer from? The most sold beer in the world is from what country? The most sold beer in the world is from
on. Ireland.
Mexico.
I didn't hear a ringing.
Mexico.
You're wrong anyways. Yes, Patrick.
United States.
Ireland.
Brazil. Oh, isn't that like a...
What's the highest population in the world, folks? China. It's called Snow. They didn't even tell you the name of the beer. Last one. So I'm gonna, in true Drunk with Buds fashion, this is worth 15 points. So it's anyone's game. In Drunk with Buds, Bruce Trivia, the last question is always to make it interesting. Everyone's important. All right. Generally speaking, a session beer needs to be low in what? Dan for the win.
ABV.
No, I'm joking. You won.
All right. Yes. I will.
Congratulations. Give us your victory speech.
Come to the Festival of Beers. I'll explain that in a second, I guess.
All
That
right.
was fun. Thank you very much.
So, you've won this fabulous beer
All right.
that you're drinking. Tell us your final thoughts.
About
This beer.
world and life. Oh, well,
Life.
the mango one was awesome. Like I said, I think that's a great brunch beer. You have that for breakfast if you want to start drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning. And at 10% ABV, like, whew, that set you free.
I forgot it was 10%.
Yeah,
Set you
exactly,
free.
right? I'll set you free. I'm also trying the one from before, the lime lager.
Oh, the Livin La Vida Lager.
Yeah. That's smooth. I like it.
So, we used the Untappd by quarters from 0 to 5. What would you rate Megafauna?
The megafauna, not
Correct.
the mango one.
The mango one.
What would I rate?
Your personal rating.
3.75.
Very nice. Patrick, did you taste the Megafauna?
Yeah, I did. I'd give it a 4.
A 4? A very good score. Very good score. Frank the Tank?
I will piggyback on Patrick and go with 4, solid 4 too. So
Nice. Two Tones, give us a little bit more descriptors.
I liked it. I wish it was a little more sour. We've had more sour beers on the show, so I was expecting it to hit me more in the jaws. It's a good 10% beer. It's a good breakfast beer. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a 3.25 though. I just wish it had more of a kick, I guess.
Nice. Jakey?
Well, Tones.
Tell me.
Do I hear a 5-star about the hit?
This is not a 5-star, but it is a 4.5. Clearly, I love the fact that it's thick. It's like drinking juice in the morning. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, right? You waking up on a Sunday morning, sitting on the porch. I could drink one of these and be wrecked the rest of the day.
Yes, correct. Bruce, what do you got?
I enjoyed the mango. I enjoyed the thickness. I did wish, in the end, it was a little bit more sour, but I'm not knocking points for it. It's still sour. I'm sure, according to Urban Artifact, they almost put too much information in the can. Sometimes they tell you if it's supposed to be more sour. Sometimes they tell you it's supposed to be a little less sour. They have a nice scale most of the time. They also usually put instructions on their cans, like, hey, you need to turn this over upside down before you pour it, kind of thing. So they really teach you how to use their beers. I didn't look at the can, but I'm going to give it a 4. I think it's spectacular. It's not their best to me, but it's right there. It's spectacular. I will never turn it down.
It's my favorite Urban Artifact so far.
So out of all of the fruit beers that I've tried like this, I'm always impressed by how they keep it thick like that, how it doesn't like re-ferment in the can and like thin out, because all of them are, it's the milkshake quality or something. It's really interesting.
Well, and it's
they
not
did it
settled
well.
out, right? You would think if it's thick, right, you're going to precipitate and stuff's going to get in the bottom of the can, and it's not.
Yeah.
No, yeah, there was no little
Not
flakies
chunky,
or anything in
crunchy.
there at all.
No
Yep.
floaties.
Yeah, no floaties.
So now we're going to go into our shop break. Music hopefully is queued up.
Nope. Nope. I always forget.
But we'll do a quick ad that you also have to read.
Okay. So yeah, we'll take a little break and then we'll be back. The Michiana Festival of Beers is an annual craft beer sampling event that focuses on local craft beer with all profits going to a local charity. The 2021 charity recipient is the Resale to the Rescue. Sorry if I misread anything, you guys can correct me, obviously, because this is for you. Which is an upscale, not-for-profit resale store that financially assists local animal welfare organizations. Their goal is to support these organizations in their missions to increase the spay and neutering, increase adoption rates, and decrease the euthanasia. We will be there. Thank you guys for letting us be there.
Of course. No problem.
We have our TikTok friend Ayla. She will be there. She made an announcement on her Instagram a couple days ago, I think.
I saw it. It's very cool.
So yeah, we're excited to have her. I think she's excited to meet some of her guests, and we're excited to be there. And thank you guys again for having us.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, that was called Wildlife Cinematic Inspirational Hip Hop beat on YouTube. No copyright music. Welcome back. We are here. Our party just keeps getting bigger. There's 6 of us now. Bruce has beer number 3.
Watermelon Cotton Candy Sour from WeldWerks Brewing Company. It's a sour, fruited Berliner Weiss, but also mixed with a wheat ale. It's 4.6 ABV with no IBUs. 2,200 people have checked this in for an average score of 4.15. WeldWerks Brewing Company is a microbrewery at Greenlee, Colorado. The style guide says, sour wheat ale brewed with cotton candy, milk sugar, and nearly 5,000 pounds of watermelon juice. What's everyone's first thoughts?
Wow. Definitely get the cotton candy in there for sure, and you do get the smack your mouth feel of a sour for sure. Definitely but it's still a stellar beer, I think.
Yeah, I can definitely smell the cotton candy in it. Your first just whiff of it, the cotton candy for sure.
It's all like this sweetness. It smells sweet. You get the fruit sweetness in there too, but it's just a interesting combination of like aromas and flavors of it.
I agree that it's sweet, but it's not what I would call like, oh God, I can't drink anymore. It's too sweet. I think I could actually have a couple of these. I'm not saying a 4-pack in one sitting, but it's sweet, but it's like not dessert beer, but like
it still has that base of beer underneath it. Like you still taste it once you sip it. You smell the aroma, the sweetness, but then you taste it and you're still like, oh, there's like the beer background, the beer backbone.
they say sessionability is a session beer is something that you can drink multiple times, and I think that's where this would fit in. What about you, Patrick?
Yeah, so I'm not a big sour fan, but this beer actually wasn't too overly sour. I'm also not a big sweet beer fan, and the sweetness was a little bit much for my palate. But yeah, it's a really well done beer. So.
We do find that the ones that are listed as Berliner Weisses have that, usually a milk or a lactose, which is milk, but it's milk sugars, seem to creamify them, which brings the sweetness level down a little bit and the sour level down.
Yeah.
So like it's still soury, but like only on just hints instead of punch you in the face.
This is a wild thought, but like if you would mix a little bit of this with like a 7-Up or a lemon lime juice to make it like a Rattler kind of thing, I could drink that a lot in the morning or the day, a hot day outside at like a festival or something. That could be interesting. Just throwing it out there.
Do we have any 7-Up or?
What about you two? What do you think there, Jakey?
To me, I get like an earthy smell when I smell it. It's you can smell the fruit, but I also earthy dirt kind of smell. It tastes great. It doesn't impact the flavor at all. But I think it smells kind of earthy. Very sweet. Makes you pucker a little bit. So it's high sour content.
Yeah.
I'd say like high level sour.
This
Not
has
bad.
got
Not
hops
bad.
in it, right? You would assume it's
I assume it does because it's also a wheat ale. So
you gotta have something in there.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what you're picking up.
it might be. It might be.
Jones, did you actually give your first thoughts?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're not listening?
No, I don't listen to.
Shut up, Tony.
Okay.
Been days of confused.
All right, so Bruce, go ahead. Hit the button. Push buttons over there.
Who?
What?
When?
Where?
Why?
And how? Welcome to Beer Flights. This is where we interview our guests. We have 3 sitting in, possibly 4. No, he says he's definitely not here. So it's just 3. We got the guys from Mega. Welcome to the show if you are new. That's the guy in the background who's not here, but he is here. We also have Dan, Patrick, and Frank the Tank still. And we're going to start with our first question. Who makes up Mega? Like, who are you guys?
He's the club president, Bill Patrick.
Yeah, so Michigan Extract and Grain Association was, I think it was founded around like 2010. I'm not 100% sure. somewhere around that time though, 2010. Actually got started having meetings at Fiddler's Hearth, and then when Sean came over here for with Andy to open this place, we transitioned the meetings over here. We've been a local homebrew club that we love making beer, sharing it. That's part of our motivation with the beer festival. Have a pretty big, as big of a homebrew presence as we can get there. We already have 4 homebrew clubs signed up, and I talked to a few more yesterday at a festival I was at, and hopefully they'll sign up too.
Yeah, it's just a group of people who like to make beer and share beer and learn more about beer and the process of going from ingredients to something you could drink on your tap or your kegerator, which is really cool. So, we bring our stuff that we have made together and we share it and we talk about it. And we say, oh, that's really interesting. Use this ingredient. Or I wonder what it would taste like if you use that ingredient. Or you can improve your process by doing this step. And so we're focused on the hobby of making beer.
So almost like a co-op, a beer co-op.
In a way.
Sure, in a way.
And we also do little micro events that kind of promote the hobby as well. Big Brew Day in May, where we usually go to a craft brew store, do that there. At the same time, we'll do that over there in November, called Teach a Friend Brew Day, where we can actually have people who are interested in the hobby come by, learn the art, and see how it's all done from beginning to end.
Now, from what I remember, you guys do multiple different styles and different types of just alcohol, not just beer. Just like us, we drink anything. We'll do hard alcohol, we'll do wine, we'll do beer, we'll do seltzers, we'll do meads. So I do know some of your group is a meadery people.
I'll take that one. Yeah, I love mead, and I think it's amazing and delicious and interesting and unique. So I learned after many years of brewing beer that I'm just not great at it. Like, I'm good at making beer. I'm fine at making beer. I know the process and everything. But all my beers are just kind of, I could improve them a lot. But I started making mead, and the ones that I made I just loved, and I thought they were really good. And so mead, to the listeners who don't know, wine is made with grapes, beer is made with malts, mead is made with honey. So it's the fermentable sugar is honey. And then everything else is just as different and the same as the rest of it. You put water, honey, yeast together. The yeast eat the honey, they ferment, they turn into alcohol and CO2, and then you make it however else you want. You want to add hops to your mead, you have hop mead. You want fruits, you add fruits. You want spicy or different herbs and spices, whatever it is, whatever combination you can create. I find it a little easier to do in that sense than beer, personally. So that's what I love. I just think it's really great. Meaderies are huge and coming in the up and coming in the craft world. America has more meaderies now. They've opened like 400 in the past 5 years. So it's a really big booming area of the craft beer or craft alcohol industry in the country. So It's really cool. It's really fun. I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. So we know Dan now is the mead guy. What are your other 2 specialties, Frank and Patrick? What are you guys? Your go-to like?
I'll go on this one. As far as mead goes, I actually got done with a couple of decent ones this year. That's going to be. Well, hey, look at that. I got muted. Outstanding. But anyway, so I just got some ready for the Michiana Festival of Beers that we're going to have. I did my first ever Oktoberfest, which is really good, but it's not your standard Oktoberfest. I added about 7 pounds of red X malt to it. So it's got a really red hue to it. And I call that the Hunt for Red Oktoberfest.
Nice.
And I also got a mild that's going to be on nitro, so it's going to give a little complexity to it. So I call that one now something completely mild, like quote unquote to Monty Python's Flying Circus. So I go across the board. I do mostly ales because my place of living can only handle certain temperatures for the home brews. So as far as fermentation goes.
Yeah, I've been brewing for 18 years, so I've brewed, I'm all over the map with the beer styles I've been brewing. Like a lot of typical home brewers, my favorite style is IPA. So I do end up making maybe every 4 batches some kind of IPA. But I just built a fermentation chamber in this past year, so I've been doing a lot of lagers. And actually one of them placed third in the Pilsner category at NHC. So I was really stoked about that. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much open to whatever kind of creative thoughts come into my mind. I know at the festival, I'm hoping it gets ready in time, but I just put down a hard lemonade. So,
nice.
You know, that it was a thought that came about with the discussions with the other homebrewers here. I was like, well, why don't we just make a hard lemonade and soak some oak with the tequila and let that sit in there for a bit. You know, give it a little bit of a margarita essence. So I brought that 2 years ago to the Festival of Beers, and it was a hit. And I'm hoping that I have enough time to do it. I'm kind of late to the game, but hopefully I'll get it done in time.
Yeah, speaking of the festival, what is the festival? Like, how'd you guys all get involved in it? And tell us what it's about.
So the Festival of Beers is a local craft beer festival that's going to highlight breweries from around the area, from around the region, and it's just going to be an awesome time for everybody to come together, taste a whole bunch of beers. It is at Four Winds Field, so it's a great venue. Outside, hopefully the weather will be really nice. We'll get together with over, 22, 23, 24 breweries. I've got some meaderies coming too, because like I said, I'm the meat guy, so I see you have the misbehaving meat sticker. They're going to be there.
Nice.
So Manic Meadery is going to be there. They're amazing stuff too. So it's going to be a great place, a great time. As we said, it's for charity, so helping the animals, right? So all proceeds go directly to resale to the rescue.
So when is the festival? What's the date, times?
We're looking at October 16th from 2 to 5, so be there, be square.
Tickets are on untappdtickets.com. Look for the Festival of Beers, or you can go to the Drunk with Buds website or any of our Instagrams and Twitters and all those things. We've been posting links and things like that. Or you could just go straight to Facebook, where the Festival of Beers has their own page, and if you have any questions for them, they can direct you to the correct spot through Messenger. Let's get to the next question. When did Mega get started? And is the original member still here, or?
Him there, yeah. So Jeff, I think, is one of the few remaining original members. And yeah, so that, like I said, I'm not quite sure of timing. I think it was around 2010 when this club got started. I didn't find it until about 2012, so a little fuzzy on the early history of it. But yeah, it was just a bunch of guys that loved the homebrewing hobby, and there wasn't really a homebrew club in the area. They got together and they started their own.
So I moved to the area about 3 years ago, and I joined the club. I just said,
Let me guess. Somewhere near Philadelphia.
Really? Yes, I grew up in Philadelphia, had a homebrew club in Arlington, Virginia. We moved to Laramie, Wyoming.
Oh, wait. So Arlington, Virginia, and you're not a Washington football fan like me? No. Eagles are. But we can agree on one thing: Cowboys suck, right?
Yes, absolutely. We agree. I can still be in the podcast. Good. But there are homebrew clubs all over the nation. Just people who want to get together and make their own beer. So, like I said, in Laramie, Wyoming, a town of 10,000 people, there was a homebrew club that was joined there. So I just literally.
Well, that makes sense to me because they have nothing else to do.
So I lived in Laramie back in the 90s, Dan, so we should talk,
University of Wyoming.
Uh-huh.
So,
You're a cowboy.
we were. I follow my wife around. She wears the pants in the family.
But I'm like,
understand.
isn't the mascot of the Wyoming football team the Cowboys?
It's the Cowboys,
So you're the cowboy.
Cowboys, big Cowboys.
And that loops back to our original topic about Yellowstone. Montana. It's true. Wyoming.
So I got started because of Patrick. He
drug you into it?
He roped me into it, but ever since I've been with them, so it's like an awesome atmosphere for me to be creative and get more into it more. Who knows where it may take me down the line, but we'll see what happens.
Now, I do know that we've had Fesser's Brewery on last week, and Josh Goins was a member of Mega, and he told us on the air that he wishes he could had more time to continue being a member. He doesn't have the time to come up and do things like that. But you have spun out these, other breweries. Is there any more? Is there any other success stories where like they've opened their own places?
Well, we happen to be sitting in a brewery where the brewer here is a former president of the club.
Nice. And we haven't really said that on air as of yet. Where are we?
We are at Crooked U. So, Andy and Sean got together and opened up this place 3-4 years ago. It's been a great success. They have great food and they make a great lineup of beers.
And they make really good barbecue too. I don't know if they're the homebrewers who are doing the smoking, but they do some awesome barbecue.
There's one more success story.
You.
Over at the not
Not yet.
Not yet. Give it time.
You're all successes in my book.
But anyway, the other success story is down in Elkhart called Yakida. And Chip was a former president as well too. So he's another spun off.
Nice.
I believe our host over here, Two Tones, is good friends with those owners.
Yeah, me and my fiance, we love Yakida. Beer, pizza, everything. They're doing it right over there.
And the food here at Crooked U is fantastic, right? We just had some lunch. Very good stuff. Very good stuff.
All right, so the final and most important question. How do you guys like this beer? Final thoughts and ratings, if you guys don't mind.
On the watermelon?
Yeah, on the watermelon.
Cotton candy watermelon.
I think it's good. I think it'd be better kind of as a, let me see. I would drink like half a beer of it, half a can of it.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I could finish an entire one and have more. I thought it was good. I think it's really tasty. Are we looking for ratings here?
Yes, Untappd ratings.
Crap. Like I said, I think it's tasty. I just don't think it's like the style that I want to sit around and drink a lot of. So I don't want to give it like a low rating for that reason. I give it a 3.5 because I think it's tasty. I think it's really good. It's just not like if I'm looking for a beer, I'm probably not going to pick up this one unless I'm looking for something sweet and light and like maybe turn it into a Radler, which I would like better.
Yeah.
Patrick?
I think I mentioned earlier that I'm not the biggest sour beer fan, but this one was actually pretty mild on the sourness, and the sweetness actually balanced out that tartness a little bit. A little bit too sweet for my palate, but I mean, in terms of rating the beer, I'm a little bit strange about rating beers because I could totally not like a beer, but if it hit where they wanted that beer to hit,
Yeah.
I give it a good rating. So I mean, I think it's a 3.75.
Nice. Do you think the wheat ale part of it tempered the things that you don't like about it for you?
No, I think it's more the sweetness balancing out the tartnesses in there.
So that's what made you be able to like it more than you normally would have.
Yeah, I mean it hid a little bit of that sourness, and yeah, kind of tempered it out a little bit. So the sweetness did help. I just thought they could have pulled back a little bit on the sweetness for if I was saying, hey, this is what I want you to make, pull that sweetness back. But,
Yeah.
You know, it's not what I want to make. It's or what I want them to make. It's what they make and they can sell. So
Yeah.
How about you, Frank?
I'm gonna kind of piggyback on Dan's perspective on it. I wouldn't do a whole can of it because a sour. I mean, I have to really be in the mood for a sour because it's one of those things like, do I want this? Do I want that? But as far as drinkability, I could do at least a full can, but that'd be about it. But I'll give it like a 3.5. So right there in the middle of these two. So I think I'll go right there in the middle because I could do a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and kind of scale back.
Yeah.
How about you, Jakey?
I give it a 3.5. It is definitely sweet. It is definitely tart. Brewed in Greeley, Colorado. I spent a month there one day, so not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I liked it. It was sour enough. It was a little too sweet. I probably couldn't have done a whole 4-pack or whatever, but one is good for me. I'm gonna give it a 3.25. Once again, I just wish it was a little more sour. It was a little thicker, like the lactose or whatever. It felt like there was lactose in there.
I think
The milk sugar, yeah. I liked it. It was just like I was still expecting a little more sour from it, but 3.25.
The technique of the beer is good. I
Yeah.
I don't taste any flaws in it.
It tastes good. It does taste good.
It tastes good all the way. I would drink one, maybe two of them. I thought it was sweet, but not too sweet. I thought it was sour, but not sour enough.
Okay, Goldilocks.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'm looking for the perfect medium there. But my score is not showing that. I give it 3.75. I think it's very good. I did like the inclusion of the wheat ale. I think that's why everything is tempered. So maybe that was for the mass public, I would be interested to see a version of this without it, but maybe it would just be blasphemy, kind of like the carnival cotton candy would, maybe, like, because that's sugar on tap, right? Like that's like on there. So, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. We're gonna take a quick shot break here, and we'll come back with Would You Rathers and end the show. So, shot break.
All right, that one's called Cotton Candy by EK07. Royalty-free music, no copyright music on YouTube. YouTube. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Drunk with Buds. We are drinking beer. We are on beer number 4. Beer number 4 is Illusion by Bearded Iris Brewing Company. It's a double IPA with 8% ABV, not available IBUs. It has 1,500 check-ins for an average score of 4.17. Bearded Iris Brewing Company is a microbrewery out of Nashville. Style Guide says, "Now you see it?" ? An intertwining apparition of Motukia, Enigma. I don't know how to say that word.
Enigma?
No, not that. The other one. That reveals into zingy citrus, ripe raspberries, and smooth peach syrup. It says hazy, citrus, melon, dry, sweet. So, what do you
Now,
guys think?
the can does say that it has elusive yeast. I don't know what that means. Is the yeast trying to run away?
It's slippery.
It tries to leak out.
Now, I love raspberries. I do not taste raspberries, but it smells very fruity.
It looks hazy.
And when I took a sip of this thing, listeners at home, Jakey pre-sampled and tried to influence my sayings, and he didn't like it.
True. Fake news.
I think it's actually really good. It's very smooth. It is citrusy. I don't know where he's getting this from. Why don't you give us your first thoughts of this beer? It's called Illusion. It's a double IPA.
It's an IPA.
Yes.
Okay, that's in my wheelhouse.
It's
Oh
from,
my God, it's got a nice nose to it. I'm not gonna lie, this is great.
It's from Bearded Iris in Nashville, Tennessee.
First impressions, it's got a nice solid mouthfeel to it. It's really smooth, and it's it's kind of a floral in there. If I'm getting that, so really good. If I'm able to give a rating right now,
Sure, if you want to, you can get preempt that. Go for it.
So anyway, if I'm giving a rating right now at this point, I'll do a 4.80.
Wow. Well, we'll do by quarters. We're going to run you to a 7.5. But
Okay, can I get a little?
if you want to give it a 5-star,
I'll give it a 5. Right.
oh, 5-star banger. He loves it.
So
So now I have to take your picture because any 5-star banger goes on our website.
Goes
with the
on
picture
the wall,
of the person.
Frank. You're on the wall.
I'll be glad to take one for a team on that one.
Now, when you go back to your meeting, go ahead and take your can that we had supplied for you guys and pass it around for everyone else to try.
All right, cool. Thanks.
It looks hazy.
Yeah, I don't think you've actually said anything about this beer.
I have not.
Neither has Jake
Like Frank
on
said,
air.
it's got a nice a citrusy initial flavor. The mouth feels great. It's
Yeah, the
it's
mouth
really
feels very smooth and
It looks
creamy.
The look of it looks like it would be thick, but it's actually really smooth. I really like it, so I don't know. I'm at a loss for words right now.
How about you,
it's not a
Jake? Because
5.
you're
It's
definitely
not
not
a
allowed
5.
for. Every time you take a sip, your head shakes, and it's not in a good way.
I'd really like a 9-volt battery than drink this beer. I will definitely choke it down, but
You're not everlasting this beer.
nah, I will never have another one.
Wow.
And that's not because it's a bad beer. It's just
Not
it's
his
not
style.
my flavor, right? It's
Yeah.
not my style. That's
I'm
all.
not an IPA guy either, but I feel that I usually say yes to the IPAs that are double or triple. I think
They
the-
add more flavor, take away hops.
Yeah, so it becomes less hoppy. So maybe if you are not a double fan there, Jakey, maybe you'd actually enjoy a triple.
Okay.
It's okay. Bruce, next time Jake's on the show, find a triple IPA.
I will. I mean, I get them. I pick most of the beers that we get, and
It is not bad, right? But
It's not
stacking
it's not your taste.
well, stacking it up against the Urban Artifact,
Yeah.
right, and stacking it up against the watermelon, cotton candy.
We did have 2 sours
sexiness.
in a row, too.
Yeah,
So.
it's hard to come back for that.
we weren't
come
supposed to
back from
have
that.
2 sours in a row.
So-
that's just the way it shaked out.
Yeah, if I would say that if this was the first beer, right, and then you start to ramp up the sweetness from
Okay.
there, I probably would rate it completely differently. The fact that it's at the back end
Right.
after some really sweet
Yeah,
beers,
right.
really tart beers, sour
And-
beers, it's tough to
This is why
come
we
back down
are.
from that ledge.
This is why we are beer lovers here at this table,
And
and
not-
not beer experts, right? We get the beers as we drink them, and we just give ratings as we're drinking.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Oh, do you?
Is a hot dog a sandwich? And why?
Yes, it's meat between 2 pieces of bread. To me, that is all that theoretically makes a sandwich. Do I consider it a sandwich, like in passing conversation? No, but if you want to get technical, and I know all you know that I love getting technical.
Yes.
Yes, a hot dog is definitely a sandwich, and I love putting some mustard on it, just like a sandwich. Onions. Oh wait, do you put onions on a sandwich? You do. And even cheese. I love some cheese on that sandwich.
How about you, Jake?
Bruce is wrong.
Hot dog is not a
A
sandwich.
hot dog is not a sandwich. A hot dog is its own genus, right? So it is its own enigma. It is its own specialty. It is not between 2 pieces of bread. It is
Well, I
encompassed. It is encompassed 75% of the way around by bread, but it is not its own.
You've
Sorry.
never split a hot dog in half and put
Bruce,
it on
Bruce.
between 2 slices of bread?
No.
Bruce, no, absolutely not.
Sorry.
A hot dog is its own entity. 100%.
Sorry, Jakey. I think I grew up, Bruce.
Yeah! Wait, I got a special key for that one.
I don't do that often.
The one time I wished Honer was here to
Right.
agree with me.
When I read it,
only one time.
when I read it, I was like, no, it's not. Then I started thinking about it. I was like, well, it is between bread. You do add everything. Like you can add bacon to it if you wanted to.
That's
Hot dog.
right. That's
like
right.
you can add
BLT,
all,
right.
All the condiments and all the extras that you add to a sandwich, you can add to a hot dog. And
Well, but you can
like
put ketchup on
on a sandwich.
spaghetti. Right?
Yeah,
you
but
can put mustard on spaghetti.
I put
That doesn't make it a
ketchup.
sandwich.
I put ketchup on a grilled cheese, which is a sandwich.
But do you, put
could-
bread with your spaghetti?
Garlic bread.
But
Do you make it like a sandwich?
You could.
You could. I mean, I have done that. So therefore, spaghetti can be a sandwich if you put it between 2 pieces
Spaghetti
of bread.
sandwich.
Spaghetti sandwich. But like Bruce said, in passing, I wouldn't call it like no. We're having hot dogs, not sandwiches. But technically, I think it can be. It like sits borderline.
Well, it's like all birds are birds, right?
Yeah.
But a robin is not the same bird as a eagle,
True.
right? So a hot sandwich
Get
is
these birds out of here. What are you talking about?
Okay,
All right. Well,
okay.
you started the first question. I will do the next question.
Okay.
I have an interview question from Poddex. Thanks, Poddex, for sending us this. If you could send a message to the entire world, but only had 30 seconds to say it, what would you say? I would say, take a chill pill, guys. Take a goddamn chill pill. Everyone is getting up in arms about everything, and you don't need to. Just live. That's my 30 seconds.
I'm with you. Yeah, it's be kind and have a little grace. Just be nice to people, and it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Just live.
What did Aaron Rodgers say when they were 0 and whatever? Relax. Just relax. Listen to Drunk with Buds.
Yeah, there you go. 30 seconds. You still got 28
Relax.
seconds.
Find us anywhere you find podcasts, all that good stuff. You know it. You know the routine. But yeah, just relax. The world is not that bad. It's only bad because you make it bad.
Absolutely.
People are accelerating everything.
Yep. Make it worse than it is, man. Just
Take a
chill
second, relax, chill.
Play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Smile.
Come on, just relax.
Smile, have fun. Be kind to people.
The world was fine when you were a kid, so it can still be fine. You just have to remember.
Pretend you're a kid still.
Pretend you're a kid.
For sure.
Look at us. We're just fucking recording a podcast and drinking beer. We're having fun.
Having fun. We're relaxing.
Best Sunday ever.
Yes, best Sunday ever. How about you? What's your next question there?
Jake's got to ask his first one.
I know.
Have you ever been electrocuted? Tones.
I mean,
We'll hand it over to you.
You have to answer your question first.
Oh, I gotta go first? Absolutely, I've been electrocuted.
Well, tell us.
So my wife and I, we had just bought our new house. We were remodeling the house, and I had went downstairs to the electric box and I turned off the lights, or turned off the switch in the box, because I was trying to rewire this light switch, and it was an older house, so when you turned off that breaker, it turned off the lights in the laundry room in the basement. Kind of crazy, right? You're working on the upstairs, but the lights in the laundry room go out. So I'm messing around with the light switch, or messing around with the electric outlet, and all of a sudden I get shocked like a motherfucker, man. And I'm like, what? I swear I turned this thing off. So I go run back downstairs, and the lights are on in the laundry room. And I look at my wife, and I'm like, what's the deal? She's like, well, I had to do laundry. So I turned the switch back on. I'm like, you realize I turned that off for a reason, right? My hands were on live electrical wires,
Right.
So yes, there was one time.
Nice. Mine wasn't.
You sure that was an accident?
That might not have been. I just paid the premium
Did you
on my
like the
insurance.
day before? Did you forget an anniversary or?
Right. Or a birthday, or mine wasn't that bad. Mine was just for some reason there was a disconnect with the ground, I guess. I don't know, but it was just on our front porch or the front stairs. You go down, you touch the rail, and you get just zapped. It's like, what? What the fuck is that? And I don't even think we ever fixed it. I just think it was just don't touch the rail.
Save it for the next guy.
It was just enough to get you a little okay.
The next guy will fix it.
I've been shocked more times than I can count. Mainly because I seem to generate a lot of electricity on myself. So there's literally not.
It's the afro.
Yeah,
It's got to be the afro.
Afro. I literally, anytime I usually touch metal, or a car or anything like that, I get shocked. So I'm only going to tell like the very first memory I do have of being shocked is I was plugging in a hairdryer for my mom at the house, and I guess the cord was a little bit frayed, and I plugged that shit in,
Back
and
in the 80s.
it threw me across the room. I got shocked, and I went flying across the family room from being, jolted. And my wife's my mom's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, no, I'm not okay."
Rub some dirt on it back in the 80s.
That's right.
You're fine.
They're like, "Are you bleeding?" I'm like, "Nope."
No, you're not
okay,
bleeding. We're
go
good
do
to
some
go.
chores.
Yep. We're good to go.
All right,
So
Jones.
I'm next. All right. What would be the worst ingredient to fill a burrito with?
Oh,
Sauerkraut or mustard or both.
sauerkraut and mustard burrito. So it's just tortilla,
I just can't-
sauerkraut, and mustard.
I just can't.
No protein.
I can't do sauerkraut. No, it's ingredients. Okay, sauerkraut, mustard, and as much as I like it, salmon.
So wait a minute
Sauerkraut,
here.
salmon, mustard
Okay,
burrito.
that's a weird burrito. I will give you that.
So
Mine would be. Go ahead.
No. We got it. We got to get this straight.
We're getting into this.
So is a burrito a sandwich?
Actually, no, because
no,
there's no
no.
bread involved.
It's
Then
flour.
you have nullified
It's flour
your
and
original
tortilla.
No.
comment. It
A
is
tortilla
bread.
is not bread.
Is
bread.
a tortilla bread?
Yes.
If you say yes, then I guess it's a sandwich.
Well, therefore, that means you have to say. That means Jake, you've switched positions. Then, if you think tortilla is a sandwich,
You are wrapped
burrito.
100%. You are fully wrapped.
so therefore you have to change your answer from before. You think hot dog is a sandwich.
No.
Well, a sandwich is not 100% wrapped. It's got
But it is
the,
not between two
the
pieces
sides
of
all the
bread.
way.
It is
A
not
burrito
between two
is
pieces-
different because it's Spanish.
because it speaks Spanish.
It speaks
It
Spanish.
speaks Spanish, so
So
therefore
it's not a hot dog. Or it's not a
it is
sandwich.
It is a torta.
It's a torta, which ironically is between two pieces of bread.
Yeah,
It's a torta.
tortas are good.
And we get those. Thanks, Raul's mom. Shout out to you.
Yeah, she makes some fire ass tortas.
So your worst burrito is salmon, which you like, but with sauerkraut and mustard. Is there a particular time to put mustard, or just mustard in general?
Mustard in general. I don't purposely put mustard on my anything, but like if I ordered a sandwich or a burger or anything like that and it came with mustard, I would eat it. So I'm not gonna tell you to take it off. I just don't physically put it on myself, I guess. I'm trying to think of another meat to put on a burrito that's weird besides salmon. Your worst burrito now.
Now, my worst burrito would be tuna, mayo, and broccoli, but just the tops.
Just a little flour on the.
Because I hate.
Florets,
I
just
don't.
the florets.
Just the florets.
No dressing.
No dressing.
like, no-
Just straight up. Yeah, I hate tuna. I hate mayo. And I love broccoli, but I don't like the tops. It's the texture thing for me. So I feel like that texture of the little grainy little fucking tops of broccoli all over horrible tuna, because tuna sucks. I hate tuna.
You know what we should do? We should actually make these burritos and try them. I feel like that would be a good live video for the guests for us to make these burritos.
Yeah, I'm not eating that burrito.
You have to take a bite though.
I'll take a bite
for the
for the podcast. How about you, Jake? What's the worst burrito you can think of?
That's tough. I would say broccoli stems. So keeping the broccoli theme going on. I can handle the florets. I can't handle the stems.
At least we're not wasting broccoli. Then.
Yeah,
That's right.
Cut it and then
Yeah.
you get some. you get some.
I'm stem free. I don't want any stems. And I think I'm on the salmon train. Definitely.
It's just weird. I
Salmon is
like salmon, but like I feel like that would be weird
In a burrito?
in a burrito
It's tough,
with,
dude. Yeah,
with
it's just-
sauerkraut.
Yeah, sauerkraut.
But I love sauerkrauts. I disagree with you on sauerkraut.
Yeah, I think salmon is just a weird thing to throw in a burrito. So
For sure.
Unless you're like Seattle. I'm sure they have them.
I think a burrito makes almost everything perfect. Right? You wrap a little
Whoa,
flour tortilla
make
around
an
it.
imperfect one. You're trying to make an imperfect one
It
here.
is. It's broccoli stems and salmon.
But that's only 2 ingredients. You gotta give at least 3.
just like a sauce. I didn't like mustard. I don't know.
I went sauceless. Just 3 ingredients.
Hollandaise sauce.
Hollandaise sauce. I mean, I personally like hollandaise sauce, but I don't think I would like it
On
in
broccoli,
that.
on broccoli stems and salmon. That's
No, I don't think I'd like that at all. Now, tune in to our website. We will film us eating these things.
Hopefully.
Jakey's going to come back and try his burrito.
I ain't eating that shit.
You gotta have a bite for the podcast.
No, I don't need stems. Broccoli stems are gross.
Whose question was that? Was that yours?
That was mine. All right, so that's our segment.
Final thoughts?
We'll dive into our final thoughts, and
You gotta rank this mug, right?
That's right.
I finished mine a while ago.
So did I.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it was a good dipper. It had a nice citrus taste. It looked hazy, so I was surprised that it didn't have the hops that I would associate with that. It wasn't as earthy or grassy as it looked. It was a really good dipper. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4. How about you, Jake? I know you didn't like it, but
I'm gonna go with 3.25. Definitely hazy. Definitely citrusy.
Is that a good score for you on an IPA?
It is today.
it is today.
It is today. And honestly, if I would have had this first, it probably would have ranked as a 3.5, right?
Yeah.
It probably would have hit a little bit higher, but with the other sours in front of it,
So it was just
falls where it falls, right?
I personally am not an IPA fan for the most part. I mean, there have been some that surprised me
Right.
that said, wow. I mean, like maybe I shouldn't just dissuade all IPAs. This would be another one. It was drinkable for me. The mouthfeel was good. It was citrusy. I'm going to give it a 3.75. It might not be the highest IPA I've ever given, but it's up there.
Yeah.
I think it's very drinkable, and I believe my favorite IPA of all time is from this same place. No, this is Bearded Iris.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Chief of Chiefs is my favorite IPA from them. It was a double dry hopped double IPA. This one's right up there with me. It's very drinkable. I would not turn this down if someone bought it to me. I would buy it myself if I saw it at a bar.
Bruce, you got them cities ready.
I do.
Hit us with the cities.
All right, from the last
Show me
episode,
the cities.
these are the top 15 cities that have downloaded our episode. Granger, Indiana, Mishawaka, Indiana, West Memphis, Arkansas, San Jose, California, Marietta, Georgia, Phoenix, Arizona, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Hendersonville, North Carolina, South Bend, Indiana, Bayonne, New Jersey, Edwardsburg, Michigan. Thanks, Jakey. Toshima, Tokyo, Japan.
Ooh, that's a
What? We're in the Orient?
St.
That's a good one.
Petersburg, Florida,
That's a
and
good
that's
one.
our 15 years. There is a brewery in Tokyo that does follow Drunk with Buds.
Nice. So let's go ahead and do our social media shout outs, and then we'll end the show.
I'll start it off. I'm Beer Bandit Bruce on Twitter and Bruce the Beer Bandit on everything else. You can also go follow Drunk with Buds on drunkwithbuds.weebly.com. We have all our episodes up there, the beers that we drink and the ratings that we have. Jakey, what's your non-existent social medias?
Yeah, I don't have any. Don't friend me, because I will not accept it.
Right. I am Tony Two Tones. You can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Untappd at the number 2tones87. If you want to support the show, you can cash at me personally and give me
Oh,
some
not
money.
this again.
No, you don't have to. I'm not going to give that out. But it's
Yeah, because he's not going to give us our split.
It's the same. It's the number 2tones87. But yeah, for sure. Follow us. Follow the show anywhere you can find podcasts: Apple, Spotify, Stitcher. What else am I missing?
Literally,
Anywhere.
we're on every podcast platform you could find.
You can Google Drunk with Buzz, and I'm sure you'll pop up merchandise that we got. We can
Teespring.com.
Teespring.com. Our merchandise is there. Just Drunk with Buds on Google, and if you can't find us, then you probably don't know how to work the internet.
Yeah,
That's correct.
as long as you www, you got it.
As long as you got 3 W's, you're good.
How
But
about
no.
you, Festival Beers / Frank the Tank? Do you have any social medias you want to plug?
Well, if you want to follow me, I do have a Untappd account, so it's Tank78, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, that'd probably be the best one.
Yeah. And the Festival of Beer they have their Facebook page.
Yes, we have our Facebook page, and so we find us there. Can't miss it. Just type in Michiana Festival Beers. You'll find that site, and it'll direct you to our website,
Yeah.
which will link the breweries, the people who are going to be there. We also have a band coming out there. Dan, you remember the name of the band?
Tongue tied.
That's right.
Can I explain what you got?
Yes, please
yes.
tell us what we got here.
I don't know. Whatever it was delicious. I drank
He
it.
didn't,
all.
he didn't even know what it was before
All
he drank
right, this
it.
is Dan again.
Are up.
You are right now tasting a passion fruit mead.
Ooh.
It's passion fruit juice and mead and honey. You got.
I did get the tropical notes to it.
It's all from Costco too. I got
Mead.
I'm a Costco guy too.
Exactly. 3 gallons of passion fruit juice from Costco, 8 pounds of honey, fermented to, can you guess ABV? What do you think?
Ooh, I'm going to say 12.5.
High,
12.5.
high,
Higher than that?
Keep going.
17.
It's like a
I was
whiskey.
going to say 13.5.
16%.
16, okay.
16%.
Holy.
Not the highest we've had on the show.
No, but I think it's pretty fucking smooth.
It
This is
very
great.
smooth.
And you get all the flavors of the fruit, like
No, this is good. This is really smooth.
Very good meat. I enjoy it.
thank you.
All right, so that's the show. Follow us on all of our social medias. We've already said that. We probably went too far into all that.
Buy tickets to the Michiana Beer Fest
Shannon Beer Fest coming up, right? October
16.
the 16th.
Go to any of the social medias, buy some tickets.
Four Winds Field Untappd tickets.
So much beer to drink.
Yes.
And to try. It's a great thing to do.
Get drunk at Four Winds
My
Field.
only complaint is that it's not as long as I wanted it to be. It's
Yeah.
only a few hours, but
If only there was some more time.
we need more time.
Be at the door at 2 o'clock and you can come in just as soon
Oh,
as you open the doors.
don't worry, Dan. We'll be there early to setting up.
We'll be there as early as we can be. That's the show. So follow us on all of our platforms. We'll be on the same Drunk with Buds channel, the same Drunk with Buds time. Thursdays we release, record on Sundays. Thank you, the MAGA crew.
Mega.
Mega crew, sorry. Mega crew, sorry.
They're the Mega
The
Men.
other crew. But yeah,
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you. Stay sexy.
Heroes in never lie. Don't see myself inside. Why can I get it right? I don't know. You always watching me fall. Shadows they light my walls. Why do I feel so small? I don't know. So I walk into the dead of night. Where my monsters like to hide. They are so good inside. No one knows. I control it again. All we do is pain and not to pain. I lost control again. I don't know who I am. All we do is pain and not to pain. I lost control again.
Let's go.
All right, that was Party Mix Music 2020. No copyright music on YouTube.
Stay
Thank you.
sexy. Thanks for listening. Bye. Say bye, Jakey.